Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com. We are at the SIHH 2019 at Montblanc, and with me is the CEO of Montblanc, Nicolas Baretzki.
Good morning, Alexander.
Good morning. Tradition, first interview?
A pleasure to start with you again as a first interview.
It's a tradition, huh?
Indeed it is.
Yeah, we started very long time with Jérôme Lambert. Always the first interview, you took over. It's very early in the morning. I'm still having some coffee this morning. Nicolas, talking about you as a person, you are the CEO of the entire Montblanc group, or Montblanc leather, accessories, watches, pens, everything. If you oversee everything and then if you think about the watchmaking, how would you now see the watchmaking at Montblanc developing the last years?
You know, it is true that at Montblanc you have to take care of a lot of categories. But when I take care of a category, I feel like I'm becoming the expert of that category. And I do spend a lot of time on watches. And I've seen the big evolution on the watches in the last 5 years, I would say. And maybe starting with really Minerva. Minerva, as you recall, being integrated into Montblanc for its watchmaking competence 12 years ago. And that has really becoming the key asset and everything about Montblanc watches today. And when in 2015 we have integrated both manufacturers in Le Loc and Villeret, and we have really created this synergy and this completely Minerva story of all what we are doing, whether from a narrative, when it comes to the inspiration of the design and the theme around every watch collection, or from a technical expertise. So I do believe that today, and we'll have a very interesting live talk tonight, which is talking about Montblanc, a true watchmaker, and I think that's really mainly due to this Minerva inspiration origin in all our watches.
So you're announcing something special for tonight? We didn't know?
Absolutely.
You're not going to tell me now?
I can tell you now. We'll have a live talk.
Okay.
At 6:30 tonight.
Okay.
And with a special co-host for the live talk.
A special co-host. Okay, interesting. So, when I hear this, it seems that you're now getting more and more satisfied about the performance of the watches in your Montblanc universe. Because starting watches in a company that is not used to do watches is always difficult, and it's getting better and better. These watches are, in technical wise, perfect. But things, the people who buy them, or people who go into a boutique or get into the Montblanc will appreciate that you're also a watchmaker. This takes time. So is the, are you?
In fact, I think it goes beyond the performance. It's really about, today when I think of all the product line in the watch division of Montblanc, whether it is Time Walker, Star Legacy, 1858, or the latest launch with the Heritage Collection, I can say that this is pure watchmaking. And whenever we present those watches, we explain the inspiration, we explain all the different technical content, from a very high-end Minerva, handcrafted, hand-manufactured in Villeret, to some more entry-price product, which is also the positioning of Montblanc. I think today there is no more question about, are we a true watchmaker? Is it true watchmaking that we are presenting? So it went first with professional people like you. It obviously could recognize that, but today we definitely see end clients that recognize that as well and see Montblanc as a true watchmaker indeed.
So they really go and ask already what's new, what you have in the collection, and so on.
Exactly.
So it's really it's improving in the sense of there's a demand. It's not only
That's exactly the point. I see every year now people coming and say, oh, so what's the innovation? What's the new theme? What's the new amazing piece? Tonight we will also be presenting an exceptional piece for the 160 years anniversary of Minerva, that I will not talk about right now because you will have to wait tonight to be able to discover it.
The fact that now Davide Serrato, the guy who is in charge, and everybody, I think most of you know Davide because he was working with other companies and doing some exceptional work there. Since Davide is here, I think there's really a line. There's, you know where the company is heading. Would you agree? A sense where the products are heading and where the design is heading. And
I think we completely agree. I mean, of course, I work very, very often with Davide, and I think we are very clear in what we want to reach. Most probably, the two main elements that Davide has brought into that company is, number one, a clear vision when it comes to the design of watches. and strong code designs in all the collection that we are bringing. And what we have done together is really about simplification, you know. Try to concentrate on some key product lines and just keep on working on them, you know, not just changing all the time, but really working on a more mid to long term approach. So that when we present 1858, even though we are going to present a new collection this year, every time we are going to focus on some key product heroes that we want to become the face of Montblanc in the future. So that for a customer, it's also very easy to recognize Montblanc. And I think it was extremely important in the development again of this watchmaking strategy and recognition for Montblanc.
So creating heroes and then treating them as heroes and keeping them in the collection.
Exactly.
Treating them as heroes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Treating them.
And which is why you see that, for example, last year we presented the 1858 Geosphere with this amazing movement, but also a very differentiating, I think, function, face, or at least way to present the world time. And this year we have a new development with this green khaki limited edition. But obviously we continue to promote, we continue to explain that face, that movement, that collection, so that people can really see where we are heading and not getting any more confused at all on maybe on a more global. We have so many novelties, so many creativity. I think it's good to be able to focus on the key hero products.
Last question, Nicolas. Did you set any particular goal to your team, or do you, as a CEO for your watchmaking division, have a goal where you say, I don't know, in 2, 3 years, 5 years, I don't know, anything, where you say, I want to be there? Is there anything in your head?
Oh, of course, of course. My job to fix goals, that's for sure. And when it comes to fine watchmaking, the goal is not so much about figures. It's definitely about sustaining this strategy in terms of positioning, and clearly setting the 3 main segments in which we should be acting, you know. And I think that's really what we are doing today, by every year being able to come with a unique Minerva watch new product.
So high-end watchmaking?
High-end watchmaking that is fully handcrafted, handmade in our manufacturer at Villeray.
And still priced very fair.
Exactly. And then we have to work this second segment, which is more this industrialized, I would say, manufacturer movements, where we are doing the whole development in-house, and afterwards benefiting from outside help for the production of these.
From the group, from the Richemont group.
It can be Richemont, it can new outside of Richemont actually. Okay. And for example, we have this year this perpetual calendar, which has been an amazing new movement that we've been developing. And then finally conquer this 2,000 to 5,000 euro segment, where I believe for pure lovers of watchmaker that may not be able to afford these watches over 5,000, over 10,000 euro, the opportunity to have real fine watchmaking and great movement, great design in a price point that is extremely interesting. And it is true that in all 3 segments, strategically, my goal, what I've said, is I want to be considered as an amazing value for money, you know, and as an amazing proposition in terms of price positioning. So if we work it properly, being a true watchmaker, great design, amazing price positioning, I do believe that then I don't need to set so much a target figure. It will just come by itself.
Up to me, you are on a good way, by the way.
Thank you.
So, Nicolas, thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, Alexander.
I have to say to my audience, we didn't show any watches because there are 2 other videos online where Davide Serrato, the guy we just talked about, is presenting those watches with me. So you have a detailed look. Don't miss those videos. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what we are doing, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and to like our videos. And if you have any comments, questions, use that comment section just here underneath. Type your questions and I will answer. Maybe a little bit with a delay because it's busy at the SIHH.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alexander, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm happy that we keep the tradition.
We will. We will. Next year, same time, but a little bit later. As you might know, the SIHH is moving to...
end of April.
End of April. So we'll probably make it outside.
I wish.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.